My name's Caleb Bright. This is how I went from sleeping on a cot to buying a $500,000 house at 22 years old. Let's check it out. So I bought this house for $515,000. I put down $125,000, $130,000 on it. The whole reason is so you don't pay PMI, and I'll get into that in a second. If you look at all the other houses, they're all tan. So all I've done to it so far is just paint it gray and black. Ever since I was a kid, I used to dream of having a gray house, and I hate how every house is tan. So it just annoys me so bad. This is just a guest room. So this is the first bedroom. This house is 6 bedrooms and 4.5 baths. It's 3,305 square feet. So this is just one of the guest rooms. Has a full bath, shower. You can come in here, check it out. So this is my kitchen and my living room. I love this fridge right here. Let me know. You know, maybe you might be at the grocery store and you don't know what you need. You forgot your grocery list. You know what I'm saying? So what you could do, you could just go here. Oh, there's a little something, boy. Now I know what I need. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, that thing's crazy. Do YouTube and everything. This is my living room. I'm super picky on my furniture, so I did the same brand of furniture throughout my whole house. It's all Michael and Minnie. I wanted to keep the modern style and everything. I haven't done much to the house yet other than just paint, and I did a new sink and new faucets. I also painted all these black doors you see. They used to be white. But these paintings mean a lot to me because I come from a background, I grew up without a dad. I had absolutely no family help to get here, no handouts. I was wrestling in college when I was about 19, 20 years old, and I was on my last couple $100 at a wrestling tournament. So I had to decide what I wanted to do for work because serving one day a week at a restaurant wasn't paying for college. And while I'm a full-time wrestler. So that's when I actually jumped into solar when I was about 20 years old. And I was sleeping on a cot in my friend's room. I had maybe a couple $1,000s to my name, and I was literally sleeping on a cot. I had a month to find a place and get some money and to figure out if I wanted to keep wrestling. So this is one of my favorite paintings in the whole house. One of my best friends, Will, got this made for me. Unfortunately, my dog Scrappy here, man, you see the halo. She died right before I got the house for her. I don't know if everyone listened to Drake, subtle reminders are key, G's. So that's why I'm constantly trying to remind myself about my mission, my goals. One of my big goals is to have 3 million by 30 and not be stagnant, right? It's kind of crazy for a 22-year-old to buy a $500,000 house, but I'm all about goals and envisioning. You have, whatever you obsess about, you're going to possess. So everything you see here, I wrote down on a piece of paper for years, multiple times a day, and then I got it. I haven't been to clubs, parties, anything. Every Friday, Saturday, I'm knocking doors. I'm up early every day. I'm going to bed and I write my goals down 2 to 3 times a day. But let's check out the house and I'll tell you more about how I was able to buy this thing at 22. So this is the garage. This was actually my first goal when I got into solar. I just wanted a car with a screen. So I wrote this car down on a piece of paper for 6 months and then I got it, baby. So this is a sauna for those of you that don't have a sauna and you're not sold on one yet, a sauna will lower the risk of any heart problems by over 80% if you do it 4 to 5 days a week for over 20 minutes. So I get in here, I bump my music, slap a podcast on, get in my zone. Every day, I always start my day off with goals, reading, and then I hit the gym. Thankfully, now that I got a big house, I can have my own gym at home. Super important, before you look or walk in the gym, watch your thoughts before they become words. Watch your words before they become actions. Actions turn into habits. Habits will become your character. What we think we become. So this is the gym right here. It's not done. I'm going to put, I never watch the TV in my room, so I'm going to just put the TV in here. I have a little whiteboard right here. That way I can keep track of all my workouts throughout the weeks. I got a couple, like an extension cable machine coming in. And I got to throw up the other black door. But this is the gym ski. My buddy Scarface over here. We got the Monopoly Man. You'll see a lot of the Monopoly Man around. It's a marathon. You gotta have reminders. Gotta have reminders. It's a little fire pit. Nothing much back here. This is Mike Wazowski. If you ever watch Monsters, Inc., this is him. So this is the pool. It's a little pool, but at night, I'll show you guys what it looks like at night later with all the lights on and the waterfall is going. It's got party lights and everything. The only other thing I'm gonna really do to the house this year is just add a jacuzzi. So I'll probably put a jacuzzi right here. And eventually I want to put graffiti art on the back wall. But we'll do that next year with the crown and baseboards. Shoes off. That's one rule in my house. We don't wear shoes upstairs, so take them things off, baby. So I'm really big art dude, so I love to look at this stuff, even if it's like I just got done reading or going through my routine. Just all these little subtle reminders, man. So any of you out there that like, you don't come from a family with money, you grew up without a dad, you grew up in the ghetto, you grew up wherever, it doesn't matter. Like I could show you 1,000 people that had it worse than you and they made it happen. It's about getting around the right people, and what you think every day and the habits you do every day are what you become. So if you want to get money and get around people with money, maybe building habits like working out, writing goals every day, reading tons of books every year, that you're going to eventually get around other people that they're on the same path. They have goals as well. They have plans as well. If you don't have a plan, you're just going to fail. So like 90% of the population, they don't really think of their life 5 years. What am I going to be doing in 5 years from now? How am I going to hit that target? What do I have to do monthly, weekly, daily to hit that target in 5 years, right? If you slack off for a day, you're adding a day to that 5-year goal. So every day you get up, you have a fire under you. You want to hit back, right? So this is upstairs. We got shuffleboard going on. Some more Monopoly men. They're all over the house. Not fully done with the loft. but it's coming together. So these two rooms right here, these are Jack and Jill rooms. So these are for like a brother and a sister. That's Mike Wazowski's room right there. That's one of the rooms I rent out. This is the same identical room as that room over there, but this is my office. So this is where I write down my goals. Actually, show these people. Already did today. Goals and read. Pray. Like every day, write what you need to do on a piece of paper and work from that list every day. They did a study. They interviewed all these business owners, like successful business owners over like 10 years. And the common thing they did, they all wrote down their goals and their plans, and it started on a piece of paper. So do that every day, just because if billionaires do it and you're not a billionaire yet, you might want to start doing that. Though this room is the same as that room, but they have their own sink, but they share a toilet and a shower. This is a full bath in here. You know, I've been working, okay, so I only put a new light in the sink. I haven't even finished the sink in here yet, but this is a full bath. It's for this other guest room, and you'll notice I got a lot of empty rooms. It's just two people that live here. I didn't buy this house because I wanted renters and everything. When I bought this house, this was the only house I was looking at where I could picture my family in it versus all the other homes I looked at, so I had to make the jump on this one. Next year, I'm doing crown molding, and I'm doing 6 or 8 inch baseboards after I get the jacuzzi this year. But other than that, a couple more painting, crown and base, and I'll do graffiti art in a couple places. So this is the laundry room. That is also attached to my closet. Know what I'm saying? This is what they want to see right here, baby. Sheesh. So I keep on my shoes, man. Little hats. This is my solar section. So my work section right there. We got this. So this is the master. This is what I'm finishing last. So you'll notice I haven't done nothing at all to the master, but hang up a couple canvases. By the way, any of you future homeowners, get them candle warmers. Don't get candles. They're way better. But this is the master. I'm eventually going to do something crazy in here with painting. I haven't figured out the pattern or kind of the theme I'm going to go with yet, because I'm doing the master room absolutely last. So dad, and I didn't have a mom that could pay for my college, pay for my schooling or anything like that. So I knew I didn't have a safety net. I knew I had to make a plan and make one young, or else I was just going to end up homeless or something. So I got lucky and I got into solar when I was around 20 years old. When I was on my last wrestling tournament, I was on like my last couple $100. Solar, luckily it's so liquid that I was able to put down 20% down on this home. So I put down $125,000. I bought the home for $515,000. The reason I didn't have to put down 20%, but the reason I did that is so I don't pay property mortgage insurance. It's called PMI. So if you're not conventional when you buy your first home and you go FHA, you're gonna pay PMI, it's property mortgage insurance, to the bank until you pay off 20% of that home. You actually won't even start earning equity until you pay off 20% of that home. Well, you can't. You'll earn equity, you just won't be able to claim it until 20% is paid off. So the bank doesn't really trust you until you pay off 20% of a home. So if you put down 20% in the beginning, then you earn equity day one, you can claim it day one, and you won't have a PMI payment. That's usually like $200 to $300 more on top of what your mortgage payment is until you pay off 20% of that home's value. So doing that right out the gate, one, more of my mortgage payment goes to principal. I have a lower interest rate, and I have a lower payment because I don't pay PMI. So if you guys aren't able to save up 20%, that's still fine. You can go FHA, but just realize you're going to be paying PMI, and sometimes it can be a pain to refinance later. Anytime you want to level up, when you're trying to get to that next level, you're not going to get there without sacrificing something. So if you want to have what others can't have, you need to do what others aren't willing to do. Any successful entrepreneur whose name you know, they took ultimate sacrifice over 10, 20, 30 years, day in, day out, grinding for them to be able to walk into a room to where they don't have to introduce themselves. I have not had any 20s the past 5 years. I have not had no clubs, no parties. I don't go to festivals. I don't do any of the other things people are doing my age, and that's why I'm able to be here. Also, most people, they wake up every day and they're worried about how they feel that day instead of operating regardless of how you feel. If you have a plan and you write that plan down 2 to 3 times a day, you're going to become obsessed, and whatever you obsess about, you will eventually possess. That is the law of the universe. You can't think about it. If you think about a car wreck long enough, you're going to probably get in a car wreck, right? So if you're obsessed about your goals, you're writing them down 2 to 3 times a day. And when you make a goal, don't just write, I want a car, right? How much is that car? How many months would it take for you to save up enough money to buy that car? And what do the payments look like? What would the interest rate be on the car? Like down to the penny. If you can break your 5-year plan down to yearly, down to 6 month, down to quarterly, down to monthly, down to weekly, all the way down to daily, you know exactly what you have to do every single day, you're gonna hit it. There's no way unless you slack off. Like if you think about it, if you wake up and you just go through the motions and you don't feel like doing it that day, you're not feeling the vibe, well, you just added another day to your 5-year goal. So congratulations, you're just playing yourself. So I also want to remind you, you're going to be doubted by your closest friends, family members, and a lot of people around you when you start your own business. If you're going to take the entrepreneur route, any new idea you want to pursue, you need to get those people out of your life, right? Our parents place these coffee tables on us, and this is what a coffee table is. When you're a little kid and you're all juiced up in your Superman costume, jump on the coffee table, you're like, Mom, look, I'm Superman. She's like, get off that, that's a coffee table. You're all, what the heck? Are you kidding me? I'm Superman, I can get on whatever table I want, right? Because Superman can fly. So that's the problem. Our parents put these coffee tables on us. They want to keep us safe. Our family, our friends want to keep us safe, right? Actually, your real friends will be honest with you and tell you what you're not doing. Those are the friends you need to have, not the people that are lying to you, not the friend that won't tell you got a booger in your nose when you got a booger in your nose. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get around people that are going to hold you accountable. And when you make your plan, you need to get your family, your friends, you need to send your schedule to anyone who contacts you. Like if Mom's calling you, right? I've knocked doors the past 5 years being an entrepreneur. So if Mom calls me on the door, hey, is this important, Mom? Right? Like I'm committed to these goals, right? Nobody might understand it now. It took a while for my family to stop doubting me. It actually took them 5 years until I bought this house for them to stop doubting me or like worrying about me, right? So no one's really gonna believe in you until you start having motion. But you have to believe it before anybody else does. And you have to be willing to die before you quit on your targets and your goals. You never lower a target, you never lower a goal. You increase your actions and you figure out what you're doing wrong. Because the reality is no matter what color you are, no matter what background, no matter broke or poor or whatever, handout, spoon-fed, I don't care. There's 1,000 other people that had it worse than you and they made it happen. So whatever you reap, you will sow. What you think about all day, you will become. What you obsess about, you will possess. And you need to make a plan. They did an interview about all these like business owners over 10 years, and they were successful multi-million-dollar businesses. And all the CEOs had one thing in common. They start their day on a piece of paper and they work from that list. This piece of paper, so just today, I've already done goals, reading, work, all this stuff is crossed off. But I start from this list every morning. The night before I go to bed, I'm writing this stuff down. I don't go to parties. I'm up early, writing my goals. I'm reading. I'm getting a good workout in. I'm getting healthy. I'm getting my mind right, and I'm getting ready to smash the dang day, man. You got to be ready to get up and hit back. And if you're not always preparing yourself and giving yourself that love, that effort, you are going to be insecure. You are going to be extroverted. But guess what? There's billions of people, right? So if you don't know how to swim, you should probably learn how to swim if 3/4 of the world is covered in water, right? If you're an introvert, you should probably learn how to talk to people if there's 2 billion people, and the only way for you to get money is to solve someone's problems. You want to be a billionaire? Help a billion people. Solve a billion problems. That's how you be a billionaire. So thanks for tuning in. Anyone that's new to my following, I appreciate you. I'm not someone that comes from handouts. I'm not someone that is spoon-fed by any means. So whatever you believe, you can do it. You just need to get around the right people, and you need to sit down and make a plan, a detailed plan. You need to believe it. That's what fake it till you make it means, right? So thank you everyone for tuning in. If you got some value from this video, please share it with a friend, family member. And if you think of solar, think of Caleb, right? Thank you. Everyone have a great weekend.